Welcome to Dark Sorcery. I'm Alfredo Martinez, and I have with me the one and only Ikela Morningstar. And she's been gone for a while, and it's good to have you back. How you been, Ikela?
I've been good. I've been going through my own little challenges, and I cannot believe it's been as long as you said it's been. I don't know it's been that long. But yeah, it's been a minute, but I had to take a time out because I had a lot of stuff on my plate, and I was starting to feel a little overwhelmed. So I got a little off track with my own little path as well. Been kind of a hit and miss, and I had to do some huge changes to get refocused. And so now I feel like I'm a little bit more grounded, and I'm happy to be back.
That's great. I've had to do that myself from time to time here and there. But this is episode 5 of our DreamCatcherz series. Last time we started it, we were going to go every week, but stuff comes up. So, we're just going to be dropping these every now and then. You'll see one of our DreamCatcherz videos. And but anyway, our topic today is finding your path. And I believe that when you find your path, that there's a lot of different ways that can go, because everybody's different. I believe that spirituality should be subjective and not universal. What would be your thoughts on that?
I didn't hear that last part that you said that. You said subjective, and then you said something else, but I didn't hear what you said.
Okay, so spirituality, to me, I believe should be subjective and not universal. You can't say to everybody this is how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, and especially when finding your path, everybody's going to have their own way of going about it. Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I really feel like each of us as an individual has our own path, and that somewhere in here inside of us is we know the way to go. And each one of us, it's going to be different. And we have to go through a lot of steps and changes to figure that out. And in the beginning, it can be quite overwhelming, and you're looking for a mentor or somebody to tell you. But ultimately, the only way to really find that is going to be for yourself.
Yeah, just be yourself. And sometimes, what's worked for me in the past is, ask deities that you work with a lot to help you, and they'll go ahead and for me, like within the next day, the next couple of days, whatever, they'll start throwing out synchronicities, or they'll tell you straight up in different ways, like hey, and it's where you'll know yourself. No one can tell you different. But that's what's worked for me in the past. What's worked for you?
So I mean, I definitely will throw stuff out to the universe. I mean, a lot of times I'll ask like my ancestors or my spirit guides. I don't necessarily reach out to like a specific deity, unless I'm working within a ceremony or a ritual. But I'll just give you an example. Like, you got to really listen to the cues that you get, and we all get the cues differently. So I'll give you an example. Recently, my gut told me not to do something, right? And I knew that if I went into an X, Y, and Z scenario, that there was something horrible to happen. Well, I totally ignored it, and I went with X, Y, and Z on this whole scenario, and it was a nightmare and a very scary situation. And I was like mad at myself because the universe was straight up telling me not to do it. And I didn't do anything bad. It's just I shouldn't have went out with this particular friend out on this evening. I know I should have gone, but I didn't. Something ended up happening to them, and it wasn't a good thing. And so I think it's important. Like, I'll get like a feeling, like, for instance, someone's calling, I get the feeling that I shouldn't answer the phone, right? And then they send a horrible message to me, screaming at me. I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't answer that FaceTime, bitch. You got me fucked up. You know what I mean? Who the hell you yelling at? But something in me told me not to answer it. If I would have answered it, it would have caused a lot of anger, but just to hear it, I could be like, okay, let me just close this door. Let me just block you. Let me just get you out of my life. Now, see how the scenarios are different? And so we all get messages now. If it's a gut feeling or you get a vision or whatever it is, it's really important to quiet the mind enough to hear it.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Let me give you an example of that. So I remember this one fool um, that I knew from someone else back in the day. I ran into him, and you know, we hit it off. We're cool, you know. I'm gonna go to his pad, and he invited me over there, you know, to chill, to blaze, whatever, drink. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go, and then I'm told, don't go. I'm like, you know, well, you know, I go anyway. So when I start driving over there, there's a blizzard that happens. Okay, there's a blizzard. I can hardly see shit. Um, all this snow, but me being a stubborn ass, I decided I'm gonna go anyway. Okay. Well, I go to this fool's house. You know, we're drinking, you know, blazing, whatever, having a good time. Coming to find out, you know, later on in the night, this fool set me up. So
Ooh.
when I walk in his pad, you know, I can just feel it. Like, okay, this fool, I almost got fucking stabbed in the face, you know. And then I almost got killed. Um, there was a couple other fools there that were trying to get me, trying to kill me. I escaped though, and I got away. But check it out. Within the next couple of days, I ran into a relative of this guy. Okay, she was fucking terrified. She goes, "Hey, you know, uh, my brother, whatever, you know, he came over there. Now he's all these spirits are you know, these spirits come at night and torment him and whatever. And this fool's fucking, you know." Anyway, he got fucking he didn't want nothing to do with me no more. But it was a lesson saying, hey, listen, you know, I tell you not to do something, don't do it. Um, but I have lost a lot in the past, having to learn that. But yeah, sometimes they'll allow you to go through stuff like that. Um, I have a lot of stories like that, but that's just one example of yeah, don't be stubborn. You know, when they tell you something, listen, because they're telling you for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I know that um, switching topics as far as, you know, offerings, you know, our styles are different. Um, you you don't like to give offerings, from what I understand. Can you explain that?
Yeah, sure. So I have my own theory, and this is how I do things, and I do it in a couple different ways. So one, I do blood offerings because I believe my own thing is that I'm giving a piece of my own DNA, my own life force to that particular deity or whoever I'm working with. And the other way, and I was thinking about this when we were taking a short break earlier, was the other way that I give sacrifice offerings is I do self-sacrifice. So I'll give up something for something bigger that I want, and I have to do that and commit to it, and it'll be something like really hard. And recently, I told you about some of the huge sacrifices that I've been making in order
Yeah.
to get to where I'm supposed to be, and they're huge. And if I have a couple people that in my life, like family or whatever, I've told them about what I'm doing, and they're like, "Whoa, man, how do you do that?" Like, I couldn't do it, you know, and it's huge, but it's also empowering to make some of those sacrifices. I'm becoming more powerful because I'm gaining my own personal power. If I give into everything that I want, I love food, I love sex, I love, you know, having a good time, like driving fast. If I gave into all that, I'm not gaining anything spiritually.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
that's my own personal opinion. You can take it, you can leave it. I'm not saying don't have sex and don't drink and have a good time, but it all comes within moderation. But like, what are you doing every day to sacrifice to become more powerful, to be more intuitive within the self? Uh, Honestly, by not giving into those things, I am so much more powerful, and I've gained so much knowledge from it. So, I mean, I believe that a lot of self-sacrifice is you're going to get rewarded from the spirits, from the deities, from the universe, from your ancestors, whoever you're working with. I guarantee you, you're going to grow, you're going to get blessed, more doors are going to open for you, you're
Yeah.
going to level up.
Definitely, definitely. I think that when you do self-sacrifice, the gods look at that and they pay attention and they notice that. You know, me personally, you know, I do give offerings to spirits, and that's what works for me. You know, I have my own personal relationships with different deities, um, and so you know, I'll give different offerings. Like I'll give my blood, but I'll also give you know, incense, or you know, it could be food, it could be
You do cigars. I know you do cigars.
cigars, yeah, that type of thing.
Yeah, I know you do a lot of different things, even wine or alcohol.
Yeah,
And I just wanted
yeah.
to say something, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but on that note, I wanted to say that the reason why I don't give the offering at my altar every day is because kind of when I started this path, I would work with whatever deities, whatever, and I'd do offerings, and I felt like I was doing something repetitious, but I didn't feel like I was giving them something worth, you know, I mean, anyone can go cut up an apple or, you know, go get a bottle of wine. For me, it didn't feel right. And I didn't
Okay.
feel like anything was becoming of it. Now, that's me. Now,
Mhm.
that's how you get towards your path. You're going to do trial and error. Like, Alfredo might tell you to do something, and I might tell you to do something, and then you take a mixture of the two, and then you make it one. Okay, so whatever doesn't feel right, don't do it. If it feels like, oh my God, this makes sense to me, then that's what you should be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you can take them as suggestions, but then look inward and ask yourself what works for me. You know, it may require meditation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes what you can do is, you know, you can light a purple candle, um, and meditate and just, you know, and just ask, you know, what works for me, you know, that type of thing. But everybody's different, you know, and I think you'll realize that the answers will come to you. For some people, it's within the next day, couple days, maybe a week. Um, but you'll notice that there's some synchronicities that start to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the thing is that, you know, everybody is not everybody. Like let's take a witch, for example. So there's different kinds of witches. You know, some people are kitchen, some people are or like into telekinesis. Some people are into astral travel. Um, you can try different avenues in different areas, um, and see what works for you. So, you know, you can try astral travel, but if you don't have any luck with that, try telekinesis. You know, if you know, try, you know, you can try all kind of different things, and you'll find that you know, one will resonate with you. What do you think about
I love that you said that. I think that you should try everything. And also
that?
what I did find was it was weird because I would like read book after book after book, and some of the books would be either be like, oh my God, this person is trying to sound like really smart with all these big words, and I'm not really learning anything from it. Or yeah, I'm reading this book, but I already know that. And somehow you just have this your own intuition about it. But I think it's good, like what you said, because if you try those different things, you might even figure out a way to do it better than what you've learned from somebody else or through a book. You'll find
Yeah.
like Alfredo was saying, like you're gonna find something and you're gonna be like, wow, like it's almost like you were born with that gift, or you
Well,
know, that you were supposed to be doing it.
yeah, and eventually it may get to a point to where you don't need books anymore because the spirits are teaching you themselves. You know, whatever they send along your path or however they want to tell you. You know, for me, I really don't read too many books because I receive instruction from them directly. Um, and it doesn't even have to be like gnosis that you receive. It could be just life situations or just different things like that that they're telling you and you learn. That's the kind of relationship that I have with certain deities. Now, you work with ancestors, you know, that's that's different. Um, and tell me a bit about how that works for you instead of working with deities.
Um, I don't. I'd have to say like ancestors or from your bloodline.
Yeah,
Um, as far as I mean, I guess it's more family related,
Yeah.
that are looking down upon me as I'm going through this, this test or whatever I'm trying to go through. But I'd have to say that I noticed with my ancestors, as I'm going through all these tests and overcoming stuff, I noticed that uh, sometimes they'll handle situations for me. Like you were saying, you went to that party or whatever, and then they started getting haunted by spirits and stuff. It sounds to me like your ancestors were actually intervening on your behalf because they weren't having it. And you're going to get to the point too where you'll start noticing that your ancestors are actually taking initiative, whether it's your spirit guides or your bloodline or whatever. I've had personal experiences where my either ancestors or my spirit guides have personally, physically, mentally attacked people without me doing anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so they're looking out for me. And so, I think the more you get in tune with them, the more you start learning from them. Like Alfredo said, you get to a point where you don't need books. You're at a point where you could probably write a book at this point. But you didn't get over like this overnight. It took a lot of work, meditation, working with other people, asking. Like I've learned a lot from you, and you've mentioned that, hey, you've learned a lot from me. And so
Yes.
closed-minded, we're not like this is the way and the only way, right? Like religion is. We're always open to try new things. And I mean, you've tried a lot of cool things together and had experiences.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that's some examples and some tips about finding your path, and I think that'll help out a lot of people. Do you have anything else to add before we close on this?
Yeah, I just want to say that, like Alfredo mentioned earlier, we're going to try to do videos when we can instead of setting the expectation that it's going to be every week because it puts a lot of pressure. Sometimes life happens, kids, whatever.
Definitely.
But I do want to say, if you're really involved with the group, if you don't know me because you just came in after, hi, I'd like to get to know you. But I think it's important that you guys, if you have any ideas for stuff that you want to know, please, let us know, let any of the admin know. But also, me and Alfredo were talking about doing some of our personal spells on videos to kind of guide you and show you some of the techniques that we use. And these are actually straight out of the grimoire. They're not stuff that we're making up as we go. They're ones that we've done, and we have a success story behind them that we can actually show you how to do it. We have a success story behind it, and then you can take and leave whatever you want out of it. Because I know a lot of people are wanting to know how to do spells and how does this work, and I think that would be a great way. But if you guys have any other ideas, you should let us know.
Yeah, guys, go ahead and put in the comments maybe suggestions on types of spells that you want to have us talk about, because we have this DreamCatcherz series where we talk about different spiritual topics, but we're also going to start a series on spell work where we'll talk about spells, even demonstrate them. Maybe we might even just demonstrate them. But that's something new we're going to be doing. If you haven't, go to the Dark Sorcery YouTube channel. Look at the playlist section. You'll see the DreamCatcherz playlist, and you'll also see the Ikela Morningstar's playlist. She's got some interesting videos on that. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. And until next time, dark blessings.
Dark blessings.